There's a quote going around that I've been seeing a lot lately on Instagram. It goes something like, if failure is optimal in the gym, why would you not treat failure in your own life outside of the gym the same way? I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. But just pulled up to the gym, about to go hit some legs. I wanted to make this video because I've been thinking about this quote. Mainly in my own life, I tend to think too much about certain things. A lot of things, actually. Gonna crack my white monster real quick. But yeah, I also wanted to make this video to sort of talk about this with other people. It may help some people, because I know seeing the quote definitely helped me. In regards to bodybuilding and competing and all that, I really wanted to, when I first competed a few years ago, I really wanted to sort of hammer it out then and really get ahead, jump right into a really competitive career. And you know, here we are a few years later, and I'm just now picking it back up, and I still have the same goal. And most people will tell me, like, you know, it's only been 3 years and you're still only 22. You have plenty of time, which is, they're right, but that's not the way that I thought a few years ago. And so I've sort of had to break my own mental patterns and sort of rewire my brain to sort of calm down a little bit. But also, I'm also in school, and you know, I've failed a couple of classes, and I think about, if I hadn't, then I would be, I mean, I'm a senior about to graduate anyway. You know, 22 is the normal timeline. But I think about, if I hadn't failed those classes, then I would still be a little bit ahead, and maybe I wouldn't have to take summer classes and all of that. And so I tend to overthink things like that. And but maybe a lesson that I can personally take away from things like that is the urgency. How do I say this? The urgency behind not letting those things happen again. The learning that I got from failing those classes, and maybe the lessons that I've learned in between the 3 years that I've taken between my my competitions, because now I know for sure that this is bodybuilding professionally is what I want to do. And so maybe, because I was only 19 the first time that I competed, so maybe, you know, in those few years I was able to sort of make sure that this is what I wanted to do and try other things, and I came back to competing. And so now maybe that was the reason that I was allowed to take that break, was to make sure that this is really what I wanted to do, and to have that certainty. And so I don't know if I would call that necessarily a failure, maybe just a derailment of my own plans. But I just seen the quote, and I wanted to make a video about it, because if you don't let yourself get caught up on the failure itself, you know, mentally, there are takeaways that you can learn from, and you know, that will help you continue to move forward stronger than you would if you hadn't learned that lesson before, if that makes sense. You know, I've also spent, in the few years, I also spent money a lot of money on my pilot's license. I was wanting to be a pilot, and I'm not going anymore. Spent a lot of money on that, like I said, and I'm down thousands and thousands of dollars. So do I count that as a failure? I'm not sure. I would say I learned things that I would not have learned without spending the money. So, money can always be made back. You shouldn't always make everything about money. But yeah, sort of not a really centered, structured video. I just wanted to make this video to sort of help anyone out there that's sort of going through their own thing and that in their own way. Maybe they're dealing with different things that they've done, they wish they would have done differently, things they can't take back or whatever. But I think God works in ways that we don't, or I know that God works in ways that we don't understand all the time. So just wanted to make this video to sort of help anyone out there that's maybe struggling in any sort of way. But I'm about to hit some legs, and I'll see you all next time.